How are you?
Welcome. We're very well. Welcome to the Women, Faith and Climate Network
Thank
Collaboration
you.
Workshop. You're very welcome. We'll start in just 1 minute.
Mhm.
Florine, you could begin to help people perhaps with the interpretation instruction as we wait to start here.
Yes, of course. Let me just admit everyone. Hi, everyone. Welcome. So we have interpretation available in French, Spanish, Italian, and Portuguese. As you can see on the slide on the screen, in order to activate your interpretation, you need to locate the interpretation command on your screen. If you don't see it at the bottom of your screen, it might be under the three dots more. And when you locate and click on the interpretation command, you will be able to choose the language you would like interpretation in. Even if your language is English, I would advise you to select the English language. So if someone speaks in French, for example, during the meeting, you will be able to hear the interpretation in English. Thank you. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate.
Great. Thank you very much, Florine. And maybe we'll come back and have a review of that just in a moment as people are joining. We still have a lot of people joining. So hello, everybody. Welcome to the Women, Faith and Climate Network Collaboration Workshop. And may I invite you to mute yourself so that we can have a clear signal. And when you want to speak, obviously, we'll hear from you directly. We're absolutely delighted. This is our first collaboration workshop, and we're absolutely delighted to have so many people signing on. The goal of the Women, Faith and Climate Network, as many of you know, is to go further faster on climate action by learning from each other about what works and finding ways to expand through collaboration and partnership at the local level. The meeting is being recorded so we can share it with others after the meeting. Florine, I might ask you once again just to review the translation interpretation instructions, just so that everybody gets to hear.
Yes. So hi again, everyone. Welcome. So we have interpretation available in French, Spanish, Italian, and Portuguese. In order to activate your interpretation, as you can see on the picture on the screen, you can locate the interpretation button at the command at the bottom of your screen in the comment section. If you don't see it there, it might be under the three dots more. Once you are there, please select the language you would like to hear the meeting in. I would also advise you to select the English language. So even if you understand English, because that means that when someone will speak, for example, in French, you will be able to hear the interpretation into English. And please don't hesitate if you have any question. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And Florine, is it possible to put the interpretations and instructions in the chat so anybody joining late will be able to find out? That's
Yes,
wonderful.
of course.
Okay, great. Okay. Well, just for those who have just now joined us, let me again say on behalf of the Women, Faith and Climate Network that you're very welcome to the first of the network's collaboration workshops. This is the first of a series, and we'll tell you more about the others at the end of this meeting. The goal of the Women, Faith and Climate Network is to go further faster on climate action by learning from each other about what works and finding ways to expand through collaboration and partnership at the local level. My name is Jean Duff, and I'm serving as the interim coordinator for the network, and very privileged to do that. It's my pleasure now to introduce you to Reverend Phyllis Ochilo, who is the Director of Just Communities at the Organization of African Instituted Churches. And Phyllis is going to be our facilitator and brave leader today. Phyllis, I turn it over to you.
Thank you so much, Jean. I want to say good morning, good afternoon, and maybe perhaps good evening, depending on which part of the world that you're coming from. And today's focus of the topic is sustainable agriculture. It's Women in Faith Climate Network members from East Africa region as we share our best practices, and that has potential to be scaled up. I had the wonderful pleasure, as I was preparing for this meeting, to go meet with Sister Joyce. Sister Mama Lifa introduced me to her, and I was so excited about hearing what some of the sisters are doing. And I vowed that these will be my best friends forever. When I was in Italy, and I met a sister from Adra, and she introduced me to another sister from Zimbabwe, and I invited her to a meeting in Uganda. And once again, my best friend forever. So you see, these collaborations really do work. When my sister from Zimbabwe said, why don't we think about even sharing staff? If you have someone who's in M&E and I have someone who's in another area, we can collaborate. With the money shrinking, with the pool of money shrinking, it's exciting to be able to call another organization and say, please, I need your expertise. Help us in this area. They can call on the OAIC and say, I need your expertise in this particular area. Let us collaborate. And that's what we're all about. And that's what we're doing at this time. We're looking at sustainable agricultural practices. Now, today we will have 4 parts. The first one will have 4 women of faith in different areas of faith speak on the climate network. Some of them are climate network members, others are colleagues that we work with. Then we'll have an opportunity to go into small groups. When we go into small groups, we will get a chance for everyone to speak and share their ideas and share some best practices and how do we collaborate together. Then we will come back together. We will collect these ideas. So as you go into the different group, we will have a group leader, but we'll be also calling on people to be the writers, the scribes for us. And they will come and bring the information and share the information back. Now, let us begin with the first speaker. I would like to introduce to you Najat Mohammed. She's a director for Africa programs on Global One. When she speaks, we'll invite everyone to please mute yourselves as we listen to her. Najat, I turn it over to you.
Thank you, Phillips. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all. I am glad, I'm honored to be here to present to you what we are doing in Kenya. My name is Najat Abdi. As Philip said, I'm the regional director for Global One. Global One is a women-led, focusing on women empowerment, working in different countries with headquartered in the UK. We have 2 projects I would like to talk about today, which is organic farming. The 2 projects, one is was implemented in Garissa, that is the northeastern part of Kenya, and the second one is being implemented currently in Kwale County, the coastal part of Kenya. So I am again glad to be here. And next slide, please. Yes. The project, the Sustainable Agriculture Organic Farming, we call it Islamic farming. So Global One has implemented 2 projects, as I said, in Kenya successfully. One is currently ongoing. The project focuses, we have developed a tool called Farmer. And the first project I would like to talk about is the project we implemented in Garissa, the northeastern part of Kenya, which we work with 75 farmers. Most of them were pastoralists, and some of them are pastoralists. Most, like 70% of these farmers are women-headed household And so they have land, and we train them using the Islamic farming on how to farm in organic, how to practice organic farming. And then we provided them with tools, with farming tools, and we created for them access to irrigation from Tana River. That is and then these people, all of the 75 farmers farmed their land, and their household increased. Their household income increased by, and the project was very, very, very successful. And we used the faith-based approach to train and implement the whole project. And so the farmers, the communities around the farmer, and the government, all the stakeholders really appreciated this project, and it empowered women especially. And so it was a very successful project. So what we wanted to say is, when we interviewed some of the farmers, one thing that struck me was farmers stated that
2 minutes.
this is
2
what they asked.
minutes.
Yes,
2 minutes.
and okay,
2 more minutes.
So this pastoralist, using the faith-based approach was very, very important, and it was a life changer for the farmers, because some of the farmers stated that they thought only pastoralism. So from the project, they learned that. Next slide, please. So the second project was implemented in Kwale County, in Musambweni sub-county, where we work with 150 widows. These 150 widows, we divided them into 5 groups, constructed for them boreholes for the irrigation of their farms, and provided them with tools, seedlings, where they planted 1,500 seeds, fruit plants in their farms and also around their houses. And we collaborated with Carlo, the Kenya Agriculture and Livestock Research Institute or organization, and Ministry of Agriculture, to train the women using our Islamic farming tool. And how am I doing with the time? So this is also very successful going on.
One more minute, please. Actually, probably half a minute now.
Yeah, the women group formed the cooperative, and we've also identified and linked them with markets. So very successful and important project going on in Kwale County. Thank you very much.
And
thank you so much.
Phyllis, the wonderful toolkit from Islamic Farming is linked in the chat.
Yes.
Toolkit from their program.
Yes. Yes, thank you. And also, you were hanging a little bit, but we invite people to go see the toolkit that's in the chat and download that so that you can have that and enjoy it.
Yes,
thank you, Najat, once again.
Sorry, Tim. So maybe you can even put the link, share it.
I could not hear you.
No, sorry, I wanted to say that I have shared the video with you, so you can share with the team on the chat. Yeah.
Very good. Thank you so much. The next speaker we have is Lena Mwangi. Lena works for Uzury Empowerment Network. Lena, we thank you for coming on, and we're happy that you're here. Please, unmute yourself so that you can speak again.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm elated for this meeting, and thank you for making this forum for women in faith and climate and sustainable agriculture. So I'll just go straight to my presentation. My name is Lena Mwangi from Kenya. I'm a member of Uzury Empowerment Hub, and also a founder of an organization called Inuka Agri-Solution, where we promote sustainable agriculture. Yes, to the next slide. Yeah, so at Inuka, we are a social enterprise that is dedicated to improving the livelihoods of rural communities, basically focusing on women, and especially young women who are youths, just so that they may use agriculture as a tool for, one, social change, and also for livelihood, income generation, and supporting their families. Looking at it that most of the rural women are single parents, and or some of them are breadwinners in their families, having their men turned into some way of life like alcoholism and absentee fathers and all that. So that's why we decided to support women. We focus on inclusive and sustainable agriculture, inclusive in that we are collaborating with rural or grassroots organizations that are working with persons with disabilities. One of it, you see it at the bottom of our partners, called Safe Haven. And also we are working with other organizations. Our work or our mentorship and our Uzury Empowerment Hub has enabled us also to expand outside our area of residence, that is outside Nakuru County, which is one of the cities in Kenya. So we are working across several counties in the country. Next slide. Yeah, so our work with women, currently we've trained over 400 women in smart agriculture in different value chains, that is potatoes, cereals, and livestock farming, as well as trying to empower some of them to even pursue digital marketing or smart agriculture, or AI in their agriculture. So we are also collaborating with other organizations like input companies, where we have organic fertilizer organizations and mechanization service providers who promote sustainable agriculture, that is minimum tillage and all that aspect. We are also, these are some of the photos, doing some of the training women on financial inclusion or financial literacy. Also taking the women for some agri tours where they can go and benchmark on best practices. And then that is a photo where we've been featured in one of the local newspaper because of our outreach work. Yes, next slide. Yeah, key achievement is that we've been able to increase productivity by 30%, especially for the women we've been working with directly. And indirectly, we've been able to empower over 1,000 women. I said we are working with 400 women. We've been also able to establish demo plots in collaboration with different organizations, including input partners. We've also been able to carry out different programs. I said there is a partner we worked with, and we were able to train over 30 women who are either disabled or caregivers of persons with disabilities. Then we've been able to build partnerships with local enterprises and institutions like schools, where we've been able to also work with the children because they are taken care of by women, so that we expand the scope of the impact, and also working with other organizations that are supporting women. And Uzury Empowerment has been able to link us with other organizations. So far we've been able to work with 4 major organizations, that is Safe Haven, working with persons with disabilities. We've been able to work with an organization called Study, that is supporting young women entrepreneurs. We've been able to work with Cereal Growers Association, which is a major partner of ours in terms of linkage to smallholder farmers. And then we've been able to work with the Department of Agriculture from the county government in Kenya, so that we are able to align ourselves with the government policies and all that. So I've shared pieces of some of the links we've been featured in.
Lena?
And also, yes, next slide.
Time, we have
Yes,
no
I'm
time.
done.
Yes,
Yes.
thank
Next slide as I finish.
you. The time is up.
So we are
Lena.
calling out, okay, thank you. We are calling out to all women in the climate and faith, so that we continue expanding our scope. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Lena. I really appreciate that. And
Yeah.
sorry, we wish we had more time. I'm going to call on Sister Mama Lifa, who's going to introduce the next speaker and raise a couple of questions to her. Mama Lifa?
Yes, thank you so much, Phyllis. So, Sister Josephine, you have been using permaculture as a system for doing sustainable agriculture. Tell us what permaculture is about.
Thank you, sister, and hi, everyone. Permaculture is to respond directly to the question. Permaculture is a method of sustainable agriculture, which can be understood as the growth of agricultural ecology in a self-sufficient and sustainable way. It is a form of agriculture that draws inspiration from nature to develop synergetic farming systems based on crop diversity, resilience, natural productivity, and sustainability. Permaculture, it's about working with nature and not against it. In permaculture, we focus on practices like integrated livestock management that improves soil fertility and productivity, building soil microbiology or health soil, water hydrology or harvesting, and planting trees. This is what permaculture is in summary. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. From what you have shared, can you please share with us 2 best practices that can help scaling up women-led sustainable agriculture through radical collaboration among women-led faith networks?
Thank you. From my experience, the 2 practices that I would recommend for such a move, one is skill training. I'd like to inspire this, since this is a faith network, with a text from the Bible, Hosea chapter 4, verse 6, which says, "My people perished due to lack of knowledge." In my experience, when people get skills through training, they have better knowledge for doing the best practices in sustainable agriculture, and this improves food or crop productivity, diet, health, income, and relationships. So when there is good relationship, there will be peace and there is development. The second practice that I can recommend is also backed up by a well-known quote or a proverb that says, "Unity is strength." When people come together in such a collaboration or a network, they form a consortium that brings synergy to the initiative. The example is us in Kenya. In October 2013, we formed a consortium network of 12 partners in sustainable agriculture. And with this was with the aim of scaling up these best practices to ensure food security and an environmental conservation. Different practitioners on sustainable agriculture brought richness to the consortium and created a synergy to the project that has successfully and positively impacted thousands of indigenous farmers in villages of 7 counties in Kenya. We hope that going forward through this, the project would reach out to a bigger number of farmers and realize the goal of improved food security, sustainability, value, and a market for organic food. This is the second aspect that I would recommend, coming together in a consortium network. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And you have actually a minute and a half left over. So we appreciate you keeping that time without a time block. Thank you, Sister Mama Lifa, as well, for your assistance in raising questions. Our last speaker, before we go into our groups, is Margaret Ahuna. Margaret decided that we would tape everything just to assure that the network would be stable. So let's run the tape for Margaret.
Jambo everyone. I am Margaret Ahona from Kenya, Vihiga County, Vihiga Sub-County, Emanda Village. I am an organic farmer. I started farming in 2009, but ventured into organic farming in 2021. I'm also a farm resource person with the OIC, teaching women and women groups and also women in churches on organic farming and livelihoods. What motivated me much in into organic farming is especially organic farming is soil fertility, also income to the family. It also improves biodiversity in the farm. In practicing climate smart agriculture with the technologies like vertical gardens, by planting in bags and controlling pests and diseases with the repellent plants like lemongrass, Mexican marigold, and also you can also use ash. It also helps so much in the farm. In the process of making organic farming, first organic manure. First we make compost and manure by collecting wastes from the compound. We also mix with the farm, with the cow's manure, goat, and also the chicken. We make beds first by putting that manure, and then we plant what we want. We also manage the farm by weeding. We plant also those repellent plants, and we also, in case of any diseases, we use also ash and rabbit urine by spraying on the plants. The benefits of organic farming to the farm: it improves soil structure. It also reduces pests and diseases. The soil is retained, the water is retained in the soil. It also improves biodiversity to the farm. To the household, we get health crops, we get health vegetables, and the food from the farm from this organic farming. We also get income to sustain our needs in the home. In the community, a lot of women are practicing farming and have made groups which have increased their socialization and have been empowered, especially by growing these vegetables. They get money. A message I have to my colleague farmers and women in the rural areas is they should go into organic farming because it improves their livelihood foods, and practicing smart agriculture makes us produce food in small amounts, and also it's good for the environment, and also it is sustainable.
Thank you so much, Margaret, for that. Can you show your face? We see you, your name. Can we see your face also? If not, we will move on. I think it's time for groups.
Yes, thank you, Phyllis. Sorry. So we will start the breakout rooms. Let me share the two questions we would like for you to talk. So I will start the breakout rooms. I think we are around 100. So we'll have 10 breakout rooms. You will see them. They will be numbered and labeled by language. So we would like you to choose the breakout room you would like to go to based on the language you would like to have the conversation in. So these breakout rooms are to deepen the discussions that the presenters gave us a bit more info about. So we would like to discuss the possible ways to scale up sustainable agriculture by first discussing the good practice for sustainable agriculture, which good practice can be expanded through collaboration. And the second question is, what specific next steps can you take to explore scaling up good practices for sustainable agricultures? Those questions will be also shared in the breakout rooms chat, so don't worry about that. We'll stay in the breakout rooms for around 30 minutes, and then everyone will be automatically brought back to the plenary session. But please select a rapporteur in your breakout room. So this person can, once you are back in plenary, can share what you all talked about. We're trying to have around 10 people per breakout room. So please don't join a breakout rooms that you see is already full. And if you have any issues joining your breakout rooms, don't worry. You can just send a message in the chat and I will manually bring you to the room you would like to go in. So I'm going to open them now, and please select the one you would like to go to. Thank you. I see some people already joining, so that's a good sign.
Florine, I'm sure I'm not the only one having problems. This is Jean. I see the list of rooms and I see a list of names. How do I choose a room?
I don't even
Well-
see the list. I see nothing.
It's only Eugene because you are a co-host. So that's why you see the list.
Okay.
The other are not supposed to.
For everybody else, you may need to go to the bottom of your screen and click on the set of 4 squares that says breakout rooms. So there's actually a little symbol at the bottom. It doesn't always come up automatically for everybody.
Oh, thank you, Laura. I didn't know that. It always goes automatically for me. So thank you, really.
I don't even see the breakout rooms or the 4 squares on mine.
Which breakout room would you like to go, Phyllis?
I'm supposed to be in 8.
In 8, okay. Let me find you. Malta say, I can't find the groups. So as Laura explained, you might have 4 squares at the bottom of your screen that says breakout rooms. And if you click on it, you can choose a breakout room. If not, let me know which group language you would like to go to.
Are you still looking for Phyllis?
Yes, Phyllis is in the list, but because people keep joining, okay. Oh, it's okay. Phyllis, you should go.
I can't find. So Florine, I'm admitting the people that are rejoining. It seems like a lot of people are being kicked out. use internet or anything. But is there a way to assign the interpreters to the specific language? I don't see anything in French, Italian. Okay.
No,
I see Marie in French.
interpretation is unfortunately not available in breakout rooms. So
I
that's why
see.
we're doing breakout rooms per language.
I can't find for myself where to go to the group. I would like to join the English one.
English one. Let me find you, Janet, here.
Sister Janet there.
Yes. I think you should be going to one now.
Excuse me, but me, I'm not in any group. Sister Lucina.
Yes. Rima, could you help
Yeah.
me with
Yeah.
people? Because
Yeah,
I'm doing it one by one.
Yeah, so if anybody who didn't select one, I'm just also randomly doing it to different groups. Right.
I will also request kindly to be helped to join one of the groups. Catherine Modoni.
Sure. Who was speaking?
Sister Catherine Modoni.
Okay.
Thanks.
Hello. Sister Christine Philomena.
Sister Kristen. Okay, we'll assign you now.
In the English group.
Sure.
And Sister Jane.
Even myself, you had put me in group 9 and it has thrown me out again. If you can.
Which room were you in?
Sorry?
Which room were you in that were that you were kicked out of?
Room 9.
9.
Yes.
Okay. Your sister Lucina, right?
Yes, yes.
Florine, can you put me in number 5 when you have a chance?
Yes.
That's Jean.
Yeah, because people keep dropping off and then we have to reassign them. Sorry.
I think our breakout room is having difficulty because we don't have the questions. Could somebody post them into the chat for us?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Which breakout room was this?
10, but it might be helpful for everybody.
For everybody, yeah.
I just did it. Sorry. I was
Okay.
so focused on putting people in breakout rooms that I forgot to put the question. Sister Mary. I'm just putting everyone remaining in English.
Yeah, I think everybody's in, and everybody who's requesting is English.
Yeah, there is no one in the.
And the and the other there's one in Portuguese, but that's it.
That's the interpreter I put there.
You have not located me into a room, huh?
Just to say, the questions have not popped up in the breakout room chats. I think it might be like separate. I don't know how.
I've done it. Let me.
Can you put it in the main chat, Florine, and then also broadcast? So if you hit the broadcast button.
Yeah, that I did that already. So that's
Okay.
why
Also, I think put it in the chat, in the main chat as well. Yeah.
that's weird.
And I'll keep broadcasting it too.
So we have more people than anticipated in the breakout rooms.
Mhm.
It's okay. I think we're good, Rimano.
Yeah. Who is speaking?
Lucina.
I don't see you in the list. Do you see her in the list?
I see only Sister Mary.
Yeah, that's me too. That's really weird.
And the rest are the interpreters.
Yeah. I don't understand.
Hello, I cannot also see mine. I have signed in, but I don't see mine in any group.
Who's speaking?
Sister Mary.
Did you click join? So you're assigned, but I think you have to click join to join the room. So I think that's what happens. That's what the people here on the screen have not clicked the join. Were you able to?
I can move you to another room, maybe. That will change.
Yeah, so I mean, what we can is assign them to a specific room, but then they have to like accept being joined. And I don't think that's what's the problem is.
Yeah.
Nobody should be appearing on the screen. And then the internet keeps kicking them out.
Yeah. We have people rejoining.
Yeah, then I don't know which group they were in originally. Okay, so they're slowly joining because this screen is decreasing. Okay.
Managed to put most of people in groups.
Good.
Is everyone back?
Yes, we are back.
No, we're still waiting for some people to join back. They still have 69 seconds to be exact to join back.
How was your group, Phyllis?
It was good. Not everyone was very talkative, but We had a fateful few.
Yeah. What about you, Laura? How was your group?
Very good. I was the note taker, so I'm quickly getting my notes in order.
How about you, Sister Mamalifa? How was it? You're muted. If you're talking to us, you're muted.
I came late, sir. How are you, sister? Thank you for joining me.
Florine,
Yes.
Yeah.
that the on-site people in Kenya were kicked out. I don't know. That
We
is the
just
same.
talked to them a few, like 3 minutes ago.
Uh-huh.
People
Is
on
it
the
okay?
Sustainable Agriculture Forum, they were not able to join. They are very disappointed. They
Yeah, I
say
saw.
the room is up to the capacity.
Oh my, so sorry. Is that Sister
I
Joy?
just saw the message now because
Yeah, people can't join. The room is full. That's what they are getting.
That's weird. Rima, do you know what's...
Yeah, that's a first for me. I don't know why that was the case. I mean, I do know that there was a lot of network problems. So people were just losing the internet connection and then getting kicked out of the room. And then when they come back, it was hard to figure out which room they are in. So it's either they could rejoin themselves to the group they were in, or
Is
let
there
us
a
know.
way that the on-site group in Kenya could be let in, because they were on-site, a group of sisters, and now they are out. They can't get us.
Can we
They
bring
can't join the group. They can't join the session right now.
Yes, the larger meeting.
Yeah, they are being told the room is up to the capacity.
Well, the capacity of the room is 500 people, I think, right? So we're not at capacity.
Maybe they should try again, because perhaps they were trying to rejoin while it was still in breakout rooms or something like that. But now all breakouts have finished, haven't they?
Yes, we have bunches of people from the US trying to join as well. So please, in the future, check your limit. I think it's actually 100, not 500. So the good news is there's more interest than the folks who are online right now.
That's very good news. I'm so
Sister
sorry about
Josephine, I'm trying to call Sister Joyce, but she's not picking. Can you call her?
Okay.
Rima, can you just check the limits and check on that?
That's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah, okay. We'll come back to you on that. And so sorry about any of the technical issues. But we have had some wonderful conversations in the small groups.
But the good news, some places we exhaust the topics. That's the good news.
Very good. Very good. Well, I think we need to, is our time to start? I think we need to start. Yeah, I think we need to start. I'd like to welcome everyone back to our larger meeting room. And we have 2 minutes to give people to go around and say a couple of the answers to the questions, so that we can 2-3 minutes. And we also want people who are part of the group to please give their contribution. So let us go to maybe those who made recordings or the writings, the scribes of the group, to say what came out of that group. And if you, then we'll allow the larger group to also contribute. So let's go to group 1.
Actually, there was no one in the language group, so we're starting from group 5.
Oh, wow. Okay. So let's go to group 5.
So in group 5, we had Lena and Margaret. We're both going to report back. So you could call on Margaret or Lena, maybe.
Margaret or Lena, who will report back?
Yeah, they both said they would report back.
Please please, we're waiting on you.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear
Hi.
me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hello. we can-
Hello.
Yeah, in our meeting, we had some discussions about organic farming. And the report is some of them want to come to my farm in Kenya to see what I'm doing with the organic farming. And I said I will have to give them my contacts for the same so that they can come to my farm, because normally every Tuesday we train my groups in my village on the same. So anyone who is willing to come, it is every Tuesday of the week. That is the report we had in our group. Thank you. Next is Sister Monica. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Sister Monica.
Yeah, I'm through with my report. Hello.
Hello. Jean,
Is it the problem, network problem of?
No, we are hearing you. We are hearing you. Continue.
Hello? Hello?
Jean, you're
We hear
muted.
you. Continue. We can hear you.
I think Lena wanted to report from group 5 as well. Lena.
Yes.
Lena, please report. Jean, should we move on? Okay. Let's go to group number 5. I'm sorry, group number 6.
Maybe I can say something about in group 5.
Okay, please. That's fine. That's fine.
Yes. Yeah, one report was about the training for young women, and I think Sister have shared about inviting us there. And then the second one was about organic farming, and that is, it comprises of several things to make it organic. Like one is to make compost manure, collection of different animal waste, putting them together with the dry matter and the green matter, even adding the ashes, whereby when it composts together, it produces a good compost manure to be used. Then there was also a suggestion of double digging, that when you do double digging, the soil is loosened and the roots of the crop goes deeper, whereby if it is an arrowroot, if it is an Irish potato, it grows big, huge, and for one to use, and if it is to be sold, then it can be sold in a good price. We also talked of crop rotation, that when you put a crop in that double dug place, you'll not plant only one crop. You rotate it. You can plant maybe today a capsicum. After harvesting, you go to a different type of crop, provided they are not of the same class, so that it prevents the diseases, transfer of diseases from one plant to another. There were also some repellents, plants that when you plant them there, it assists in chasing away the. Okay, thank you. That is the short thing I can say.
Thank you so much. Please share your notes so that we can have them to share with the whole group. I'll go to group number 6.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm going to read the notes from our group, and my group, if I miss anything, maybe to add at the end. So I'll keep us to time. So across the diverse experiences in our group, a clear theme emerged that agriculture is not just a technical pursuit, that is a spiritual, social, and ecological act of care. Sister Mama Lifa reminded us agriculture is life and must be treated as a holistic activity engaging body, mind, soul, and psychology. Karimi emphasized that no single agricultural method holds all the answers, from fruit trees to mulching to permaculture, all of the examples that we heard earlier. These are all needed, and what's needed is an integrated approach. These practices build upon each other, and the real opportunity lies in women supporting one another to combine them and layer these different approaches. She also said a really promising entry point might be through the lens of food and healthy diets, as this might be in a more approachable way sometimes to talk about these things. Sister Mary highlighted the importance of crop rotation to avoid exhausting the soil, as well as irrigation techniques like the drop, or sometimes called the drip system elsewhere, to conserve water. I shared an example from Ethiopia where indigenous crops are planted alongside fast-growing ones to balance food security and economic needs. We had various good practices that were also highlighted. So Kate and Karimi both also pointed to the role of agroforestry and drought-resistant crops in building climate resilience. We spoke about integrated agriculture, seed preservation, protecting and storing local seeds to support biodiversity and resilience, health and nutrition, as well as the faith-based and community collaboration needed to leverage networks at scale. And we had two examples of that scaling. Sister Mama Lifa spoke about the example of Sister Josephine in Kenya, describing a model where multiple organizations, congregations were working together to share knowledges and resources to strengthen impact. And this could be replicated elsewhere. And Manpreet from EcoSeek illustrated a really compelling model of scale that started in one region in India, in the Punjab, where they planted forests with the support of corporations who came in, and they would care for the saplings for the first year or two, but then the forest would become self-sustaining. And today that model is being adapted and expanded across India and now into other countries as well through chapters of EcoSeek, while being contextualized to the local context, and the local environment. And again, this was a really great example of collaboration between different kinds of organizations, including faith-based ones, and that was the key to success. I'm hoping I didn't miss anything, so please tell me if I did, my group.
Actually, if there's any other major contribution, if not, we will share those notes with everyone because our time is really running on and we have to get to the other groups. Group 7, please. Group 7.
Yes, I'm reporting from group 7. Good practices for sustainable agriculture, which good practices can expand through collaboration. And in our group, we talk of that farming is very crucial to encourage, like benchmarking, planning first-hand farmers to carry out research, farms, field, school. When we carry out the research on farm, field, school, we'll be able to learn from one another. Then somebody talk of localize the seed to save from one region to the region so that the seeds can be shared and across. That is part of the collaboration. And another person talk of faith practices in a way that natural or organic farming can be done, but it's the true faith practices in a way you pass positive energy when doing that. And another person talks of influence in a way that we encourage the case studies. And when we encourage the case studies, this can help people to learn. That also helps the collaboration. And we talk of also of diversify the farming, and also beside diversify the farming, we also diversify the groups. And from there, we can collaborate and learn from one another. Then we talk of also, because sometimes to get market of the product is an issue, So in a way that if the different products can be shared in different places, because one crop can do well in one region than the other, but through sharing the product with the seller, that we can collaborate that way. We talk of also expanding what we have. That is still talking of the diversify, and also value addition. Value addition means the products we have from different farm, we add value to it in a way that when it's more or less like doing the mixed farming. Then we went ahead and did the number 2, which talk of the what specific next step we can take to explore scaling up good practices for sustainable agriculture. And the good practices that we can scale up for sustainable agriculture, one, which is very important, creating awareness. And creating awareness and doing different, through creating awareness, we can learn from one another and doing good other practices like crop rotation, organic farming, and so forth. Another one, we talk of the, like in dry areas, we can explore what we call drip irrigation, such that those areas that necessarily they don't get enough rainfall, when drip irrigation is practiced, they will be able to get the foodstuff they need. And one of the sisters talk of piping, and piping to get water from the wall where there's water lodge, how to use this water lodge.
Time, sister time.
Yes. And also renewable, using the renewable resources and integrated farming. Thank you very much. That is what we had in Group 7.
Thank you. This is very rich. I'll call on Group 8, and I'll call on one of our members of Group 8 who we share the same name.
I'd like to report for Group 8. My name is Ochilo. We discussed a number of issues relating to question 1, which good practice can be used to expand sustainable agriculture, and what specific steps are needed for scaling up the practices for sustainable agriculture. We have summarized these issues to 5 areas. My own word, that we need to start by explaining the importance of the faith-based group that we work for, demystify it, explain it, give the advantages, and assess the limitation therefore, arising therefrom. Then the centrality of sustainable agriculture, talk about the rain, talk about the irrigation and the advantages. Then sister raised a very fundamental thing relating to research, needs assessment. I call it community diagnosis. That should give us the target, what do they do, why they do those, and the difficulties arising therefrom, so that we come up with the integrated policy approach framework, which means we identify the actors, bring them in, what they can do at government level, at non-state actors at the same time. Then point number 5 is that we need to have a framework of how to communicate all these things that we talk about. We'll communicate after we have standardized what we want to use. There was a contribution about what they call orphaned crops. Very important, but you see the name you give it, it's not positive. Don't call it orphaned crops. Find a very central discussion and phrase for the same, and they are useful to be put in future. Then there was a point raised about how do we educate ourselves? Now we have to go further and just don't use education in general terms. We must identify specific means on how you are going to educate the people. Do you have a framework for communication to demystify the points and give them relevance and context, but also draw onto your regions and identify which region is doing what are their advantages, what are the limitations, and how do they carry them forward? Identify the capacity building they talked about, identify the dangers of issues like chemicals, identify the dangers like costs of the inputs that you need to use, a question that we need a seed bank for indigenous crops. That is very key, and we thought it should be raised up at that level, given the expenses related to exotic seeds. Very well. That is in time, on time.
Thank you very much. There is a lot more, but I think we will again write this up and share this with everyone so that we can have all the contributions, and we encourage everyone else to do it. One of the thing that came out of our group also was that the importance of coming together and meeting and having a larger meeting here in East Africa, in particular in Kenya, with everyone so that we could share. With those few words, I see that there is a follow-up an in-person meeting. You know, we can please.
A question, please.
Yes.
The group that was on site in Kenya, there are some 13 sisters. We need to do our presentation, please.
Please do it, Sister Jennifer. Please.
Okay. Okay. Hello, everyone. Are you hearing? Yes.
Yes, we can.
Okay, this is a group on site from Karen. We are 12 sisters, and these are our points. Question 1, we were to come up with some of the practices that we can explore, but most of our points have been spoken, so I'm only going to pick the ones which has not been spoken about. And one of them is that we avoid burning like for instance, the maize cobs and the leaves. Some farmers will just cut them and burn. So we are supposed to avoid burning them so that instead we can use them for manure. And then we also said that we avoid the GMO, that is the modified generic crops that people plant nowadays. Instead, we go to the indigenous kind of farming. And then we also talked about the water harvesting. For instance, when it is rain season, a farmer should be encouraged to harvest some water so that they can keep it and use it for farming. Then we also talked about drip irrigation to avoid the water wastage. Then question 2, what specific steps can be taken? Step 1, we plan meetings so that people or different farmers can come together and share ideas. And by doing that, they can go and put into practice what they have learned from each other. Then we also talked about benchmarking. Like for instance, if there is a farmer who is practicing organic farming, people can go there and learn some skills. And also we said that farmers should be encouraged to do what we call be action-oriented, so that what they learn, they go and implement and put into practice. And lastly, we talked about training the farmers. So maybe a specialist can be called on board to train farmers on organic farming. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sister Jennifer and the group. We really appreciate that. Can we see the survey again that was put on the screen? And at this point, I will turn it over to Jean, and then I will come back a little bit later. Jean?
You're muted, Jean.
Thank you. Wonderful reports back. I know we're only scratching the surface of what we heard in the meeting, but let's celebrate the fact that so many of you participated in this. I'm terribly sorry that we had this problem with the limitation on capacity and that quite a number of people were unable to join. We'll fix that for our next workshop. But in the meantime, please do, if you're interested in an in-person meeting in Nairobi as a follow-on, please fill out the questionnaire, give your information in the document that's on the screen, or send a note to me or to Florine or to Phyllis. I think that we've heard a number of promising ideas for scaling up, for training, visiting each other's farms. Different organizations have training capacity, be it in organic farming or training young women in tech. We've heard quite a lot about the example of coming together in coalitions and working together on a regional basis. So there are any number of very promising ideas for scaling up sustainable agriculture. I would like to take this opportunity to say that there will be a summary of the meeting along with a link to the recording placed on the Women, Faith and Climate Network website. And Florine, you might just put the address of the website in the chat again. And we encourage you to join as members of the network if you haven't already done so. Florine has put the posters for the next 2 collaboration workshops in the chat. One will be on eco champs, on local activists who are serving as resource people for climate action in their areas. And the second one will be on renewable energy. The second one will focus particularly in the South Asia region, and the eco champs one will focus on Southern Africa. We hope you can join, and we hope that you will share that information with your colleagues. I'm turning it back now to Phyllis for a last word. Phyllis. And thank you, Phyllis, for your wonderful job of leading us and chairing this very challenging chairing job. Thank you so much. And thanks also to Florine and Rima, may I say. Thank you very much.
Yes, please. I want to thank, first of all, those who spoke, our speakers at the very beginning, for setting us off. You did an amazing job, and we really appreciate you. Jean, thank you. 1,000 kisses for you, and 1,000 kisses for Florine and all the others who helped put this together in terms of the website, not the website, our Zoom meeting and putting us into groups. We really appreciate that, sending out the notice. Lucy, are you here with the special surprise we have for people? Lucy, are you here? Lucy was going to share something with us. I was hoping she would be here.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am, Reverend Ochilo.
2 minutes.
Okay, great. If you can hear me, thank you. My name is Lucy Kaburia. I'm a Green Faith Ambassador, but as I said in the group where I was, we are in the renewable energy sector. And being in the renewable energy sector and in regenerative agriculture, one of the things that we've identified as the greatest challenge for farmers, it's the whole aspect of awareness, but more importantly is financing. So I wanted to just bring to your attention and let you know that there are so many programs that are happening within Kenya where farmers are able to access affordable financing. And as a result, they can be able to practice regenerative agriculture through using the waste in their farms, by using the waste in their farms. We have a program that is running with Kenya Commercial Bank, where farmers are able to access very affordable financing. At the lowest, it is subsidized. We have programs that are running with Cooperative Bank, with all the cooperatives in the country. We have programs that are running with Safaricom. Safaricom is now allowing even farmers to redeem their bonga points even for purposes of installing biogas, and they can practice regenerative agriculture. And as a result, we have people being taught on how to use the biofertilizer, their usage protocols for various crops. So what I want to bring to your attention is that there's so much that is happening. So as we talk about enhancing and upscaling regenerative agriculture, let's also think of a lot of partnerships that are happening, and we'll be able to upscale, and we'll be able to enhance food security, and we'll also be able to enhance regenerative agriculture and renewable energy. So thank you very much. I'll keep Reverend Ochilo, you know what is happening. If any of you would like to know the program, then you can liaise with Reverend Ochilo, and the farmers can benefit from it. Thank you, and thank you for inviting me.
Thank you. Thank you. That was a surprise we had for you, so that we can let you know some of the exciting things going on. I was even told by one of the cooperative bank that it can go even beyond Kenya, because I know there are people in other countries because they're located even beyond Kenya. So let us take advantage of that, and let us, we work together. Any other good practices that we know, let us share that information. And if you're interested, you can get in touch with me, and then I will share more information about that and how you can get in touch with Lucy. Lucy, you can also put your number in the chat so that people can have it, or your contact, that would be also very helpful. Brothers and sisters that are online, there is a saying, make new friends and keep the old. Some are silver and others are gold. I want to say some are gold and others are diamonds. You're all gold and diamonds in this group. What you shared is priceless, and we look forward for us coming back together again and sharing more. For those of you who could not get on, once again, I say, like Jean, I am very sorry, but maybe that is a good opportunity for us to all come to Kenya and have a conversation together. Whether you're from the USA, India, the Caribbeans, no matter where you are in the world, we say, welcome to Kenya when we get together. Perhaps we'll look at a time, maybe around September. We don't know, but we'll see the best timing for all of us. Please go to the website as Jean shared with us. If you don't have an opportunity to fill in the survey now, you can fill that in later on. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Phyllis. Goodbye, everybody. Be safe. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.